Hello, my beloved friend. I welcome you with an open heart and a message that was not meant to stumble into your life by chance. Nothing about this moment is random. You are not here out of coincidence. You were led. You were guided by the unseen hand of the Almighty, who orchestrates even the smallest details of your journey. And because you are here, I know one thing with absolute certainty. This word is for you. It's not a general encouragement tossed out into the air. It is personal, it is divine, it is heaven whispering into your very soul. For so long, you may have felt as though your life carried a weight others could not understand. While they moved through moments with ease, smiling, laughing, enjoying the surface of life, you were the one who noticed the cracks beneath the smiles, the tremors beneath the laughter. You were the one who carried questions that no one around you dared to ask. You were the one whose heart seemed to feel storms even in the calmest of rooms. And maybe you thought this was a flaw, a curse, an unbearable sensitivity. But let me tell you today, it was never a mistake. It was a mark. It was a sign that you were set apart. As Jeremiah 1:5 declares, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. I appointed you as a prophet to the nations." This spiritual depth you carry, this sight that sees beyond what others notice, is not weakness. It is calling. It is assignment. And yes, it has come at a cost. It has cost you relationships because you could not close your eyes to the red flags others excused as quirks. It has cost you peace in moments that should have been restful because your spirit felt the tension others ignored. It has even cost you belonging because while others were content to laugh at shallow jokes, you were scanning the atmosphere, sensing what was unspoken. You may have asked God, "Why would you give me this sensitivity and then surround me with people who cannot see, who cannot understand?" The answer is both humbling and empowering. He was not training you to blend in. He was training you to lead spiritually. You have been given the gift of discernment, which Hebrews 5:14 describes as belonging to those who by constant use have trained themselves to distinguish good from evil. You see what others cannot yet name. You feel what they refuse to acknowledge. You carry what they are not ready to hold. This is not paranoia. It is discernment. It is a divine radar, tuned not to fear, but to truth. And God trusted you with it. Do not dismiss it, and do not despise it. Picture this: a watchman standing on the walls of a city, gazing out while everyone else sleeps peacefully in the valley. From that height, the watchman sees further. He sees the approaching storm before the first raindrop falls. He sees the shadow of danger while the others see only sunlight. Ezekiel 33:7 says, "Son of man, I have made you a watchman for the people of Israel. So hear the word I speak and give them warning from me." That is you. You were placed on the wall not to be admired, but to protect, to guide, to sound the alarm. And yes, that position is lonely, because from the valley, everything looks fine. They may laugh at your warnings, dismiss your insight, accuse you of exaggeration, but from heaven's perspective, you are exactly where you are supposed to be. Your eyes, oh, let's talk about them for a moment. Not the physical color or shape, but the spiritual weight they carry. Have you noticed how people sometimes look away when you hold their gaze? They feel exposed, as though you are reading beyond their words into their soul. And in truth, you are. You carry the ability to see the gap between appearance and reality, between what is said and what is meant. That's why people misjudged you. They thought you were overreacting, too dramatic, too emotional. What they did not know is that you were not responding to the surface. They were blind to what you could already see unfolding beneath. And yes, this gift can be exhausting. You have found yourself grieving endings long before they became visible, mourning betrayals before they unfolded, carrying the weight of truths while others were still celebrating illusions. But let me tell you with all confidence, this is not a curse. This is positioning. Psalm 25:14 says, "The Lord confides in those who fear him. He makes his covenant known to them." You are one of those to whom God whispers secrets. You are one who heaven can trust with vision. And because you see more, you are trusted to carry more. Your life has never been slow or simple. Lessons came earlier for you. Discernment had to be sharpened in situations that felt unfair, but none of it was wasted. God was training your eyes, not for survival alone, but for leadership. You have learned to sense what cannot be searched on the internet, to discern what has not yet happened, to trust the whispers of the Spirit over the noise of the crowd. You have learned to carry insight without allowing it to make you bitter. Many who carry this kind of gift become cold, guarded, cynical, but not you. You chose the higher road. You chose to stay tender, to remain open, to keep loving even when others disappointed you. That is spiritual strength. That is kingdom courage. Do not mistake your stretching for weakness. You are not overwhelmed because you are fragile. You are stretched because you are trusted. Luke 12:48 reminds us, "From everyone who has been given much, much will be demanded. And from the one who has been entrusted with much, much more will be asked." You have been entrusted with much. The sensitivity you carry is not random, it is stewardship. There are people in your life right now who feel strangely unsettled in your presence. You don't even have to speak. Your very silence convicts them because you carry the frequency of truth. You have sat with God in your pain, wrestled with him in your questions, allowed him to refine you in your tears. That is why, when you enter a room, you don't bring shallow opinions. You bring discernment. You bring peace that has been hard won. You bring perspective forged in the fire. And whether others acknowledge it or not, they feel the shift. Some are drawn to you, some avoid you. But either way, it is not personal. It is spiritual recognition. God gave you this depth because he knew you would not abuse it. You would not weaponize what you see. You would not manipulate outcomes for selfish gain. He entrusted you with vision because he saw that your compassion runs as deep as your discernment. That makes you rare, precious, and trustworthy in his sight. Perhaps you're in a season now where you speak less, where you no longer explain yourself endlessly, where you no longer try to convince those who do not want to be warned. That is wisdom. Ecclesiastes 3:7 reminds us there is a time to be silent and a time to speak. You are learning the holy difference between silence and settling. You are not shrinking. You are not defeated. You are settling into the fullness of who you are. Learning that you do not have to fix everything you see. Some things are for you to notice and then to surrender into God's hands. That is maturity. That is strength. That is how heaven knows you are ready for the next assignment. And what is next? Now comes the season where God begins to surround you with those who understand the weight you carry, who honor your insight, who value your discernment. Now comes the alignment of people, places, and opportunities that do not require you to shrink, but allow you to expand. Now come the doors that once were closed, not because you were unworthy, but because the timing was not yet mature. And when they open, you will walk through with peace, knowing that what you thought were delays were actually protections. God was shielding you until your sight could ripen into wisdom. So the next time you ask yourself, why do I feel so deeply, so quickly, so much more than those around me? Remember this: you were never meant to blend into blindness. You were called to carry what others cannot yet name. You were chosen to be a watchman, a discerner, a spiritual leader in hidden places. And though it has made your journey heavier, it has also made your life holier. As Isaiah 42:16 promises, I will lead the blind by ways they have not known. Along unfamiliar paths I will guide them. I will turn the darkness into light before them and make the rough places smooth. You are part of that promise. So walk forward with courage, knowing that you are not too sensitive. You are anointed with sight. You are not cursed. You are trusted. You are not strange. You are chosen. Thank you for journeying with me through this message. If it spoke to your soul, share it with someone who needs encouragement today. And remember, you are not alone. God Himself is aligning your path, preparing your next step, and confirming your calling. Continue your awakening. Keep seeking, keep trusting, keep walking, because your vision is not just for you, it is for the kingdom.